It's Tomo too.
So, I'm here with Richard. So, Richard, what first got you interested in collecting items that are antiques or old?
Well, I always liked old stuff. I used to always go to like different antique shops, and
Library.
I used to have a garden at my friend's farm, and he had a bunch of old stuff in his barns, and I always looked at it and found stuff I was interested in, and cleaned it up, and eventually opened up the place and sold the antiques, and that's how I got interested.
Do you know any other people your age who are interested in the same stuff you are?
In a few places, those younger people, not exactly my age, probably in the early 20s, but it's still pretty young.
Who most supports your interest and helps you?
Well, my friend John at the antique barn, he let me sell the antiques and gave me a percentage of the money. We split the money. My father helps me, and the different friends, different of my customers that I used to have a lot, they still friends with them. They support me.
Cool. How did you first get on American Pickers?
Well, it was kind of rare for a kid to be selling antiques at like 12 years old. So my friends, one of his family members, sent in a form on the website to be on American Pickers, and the producer came, took some pictures, they left, and I was thinking, no, they're not interested. They didn't seem very interested, but then they came again, and he got another guy, and they took more pictures, and then later I got a phone call, and they said, oh, they want to be on the show, so that's basically how it came. And like a month later, they came.
Sweet. So how long did it take to complete the whole shoot of the episode?
Probably about 7 hours, 6 hours, because it took like 2 hours to set up all the camera equipment, and then we had to keep repeating stuff. You know, there wasn't a script or anything, but they wanted you to repeat stuff for the camera just so they got it right and they didn't have to come back.
Okay. Wow, 6 hours.
Yeah, sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. What was it like to work with Mike and Frank?
It was pretty exciting. I never expected that to happen. I used to watch the show and I would just think about it. Yeah, right, you know. And at first it was a little intimidating with 3 cameras staring at you and you weren't allowed to look at them. And but then eventually kind of got used to it after an hour or two, and it was kind of fun and nice to meet them. After we were done filming, we had good conversations with them and everything.
I'm a fan of American Pickers myself, and when I first saw an episode with a kid who was near my age, I was overwhelmed. So it felt just as cool watching someone my age being able to do something like this.
Thank you.
What was your reaction to seeing yourself on TV the first time?
It was kind of strange. It was really weird. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I don't know.
Did Mike and Frank buy more things than what they showed on air?
Actually, they did. They showed on air that they bought like some display cases and stuff, but they also bought a few things like spa stuff, like old political pins. They bought there was like a grinding stone machine with sharpened knives. They bought one of those. They didn't show that on TV.
Oh. What was your inspiration for restoring your tractor?
Well, I kind of wanted a tractor. I like tractors because I had a good amount of leftover money from doing the antiques, and I saw this tractor in the bushes, and it was at like a junkyard near my house, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that, and it had the steel wheels. It kind of looked like this, but it was all rusty. And I was going to ask how much they wanted for, but so they probably scrapped it or something. It wasn't there anymore, so I was like, I got to find a tractor. So I was trying to find a Fordson tractor, and I wanted the steel wheels. because I thought it looked kind of cool. But then my friend came to the antique shop and says, "Oh, I got a friend who's got 2 model suitcases in his barn." So I went in and we started it up. It was cool, and now I'm working on that.
It's really cool. How long have you been working on it?
Probably a year and a half.
Where do you keep it?
In my yard under the top.
Where do you get all the money for the parts?
Well, I did do it by selling the antiques, but I do on and off jobs around the place.
Cool. What do you like to do when you get older? Like, what kind of jobs are you interested?
Well, I'd like to do something like probably do farming. I like trucks. Maybe something to do with like trucks or mechanics or something like that.
That's really cool. So are you ready to do your presentation?
Yeah, I have a few pictures I wanted to show you and explain. There's a couple. That's my tractor. That's my tractor, and that's in my yard, and it's kind of rusty.
Hard to see.
It doesn't look as nice as the box, but it's getting there. Eventually, I can see it.
Are you gonna try to make it run, or is it just
It
moving?
runs.
Oh,
It runs.
that's cool.
It doesn't look like it does.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, nice.
Maybe in,
Cool.
by the time we get old. This was a really old guy who came to the antique shop, and I just wanted to put his picture up because he was 101 years old,
Wow.
and he
Wow.
climbed up all the stairs to get upstairs, and his wife was the survivor of the Dust Bowl in Texas.
Oh.
And it was so interesting that I had them come to my school and talk to my teacher's social studies class. And so they were visiting at my school. This is the show I was on, American Pickers, if you haven't seen it. Yeah. I collect medical equipment, and this is a picture of what this is. The doctors wear it on their heads. I'm sure you've seen it on a cartoon or something. That was just a few pictures I found interesting that I wanted to show you. So thank you for coming.
That was really cool. Thanks for coming.
Nice, Richard.
Thank you.
Nice.